Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Wordle today, March 31 Clues, Answer and How I Solved It. The latest Wordle clue is out. And once again, word game lovers around the world have been locking horns to try to crack one of the world's most popular games. Today's is a tricky one, and we'll talk more about it below. But before then, we'll speak a little bit about it in case you need some help. In 2023, Wordle was reportedly played 4.8 billion times. And every day people rush to their phones or laptops to try to crack the latest brain teaser. Millions of people play the game every day using the New York Times website. You can also play their archive if you have a subscription. Many users have specific ways of playing, like choosing the same first word every day. I have a WhatsApp hangout where I play it with my family, and how to start each game is a regular source of debate. Don't miss the hardest Wordle of 2024 revealed. Did you solve it without hints? Latest, Wordle players raging after realizing reason they couldn't figure out answer. Latest, 22-word love poem may look simple, but it's deemed one of best ever. Latest, the Chase Bradley Walsh's baffled four-word response as player walks off. Latest, I'm a same word everyday person. My dad says he picks words at random. Sometimes he wins, other times I do, or someone else from the family steals the prize. But it gets us talking, and it's enjoyable. Some people, like me, use probabilities to agonize over each guess. Many others just play for fun. Although fun is a relative term, and today's is perhaps one that will not go down well. So let's get to it. What is the best first word for Wordle? A lot of people have their own favorites. Some like to get as many vowels out of the way as possible. Others just pick a word that comes into their head, like my dad, and then there are the probabilities. Don't miss, I was on Countdown, and there are rules for contestants fans don't know about. Latest, I was on the weakest link, and there's one thing you need to do to win. Latest, hardest only connect questions ever aired on BBC. Latest, the Chase's Sean Wallace issued devastating blow on ITV show with damning data. Latest, we use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy. Last year, the New York Times spoke about the issue. It said WordleBot, the AI tool that talks you through your answers when you finish, thinks trace is the best first word. The NYT says that ado is the most commonly used first word. But WordleBot says over the course of a year, it would take you an extra 74 goes to play the game if you chose ado every day rather than trace. The bot also likes crate, crane, slant, and the unusual cart. Fans of the game have many others, and there are plenty of websites out there with analysis on the best possible first words, or first two words, to go for to solve the answer more quickly. A clue for today's Wordle, March 31, 2025. So to today's game. I've done it, and it was a bit tricky. It probably took me about 5 or 6 minutes using a technique I employ each time. I look at probabilities for each letter. There is loads of information online about it to pick letters that are more likely to appear in an answer. So Q and Z, to take obvious examples, would not be ones I would be turning to early on, as well as other more common letters like B, W, or F. Instead, I favor the vowels, obviously, and try to get most of them out of the way in goes 1 and 2, along with the best consonants. My aim is to try to finish it in 3 or 2 if I hit the right letters on go 1. I do not always succeed. I'll talk through what I did in a minute today. But if you've got this far, you've hit a brick wall and you want a clue right. Clue for Wordle March 31, 2025. Okay, clue. It can be another word for prize. Does today's Wordle answer have a double letter? This is the reason it's tricky today. It does have a double letter. Any other clues for today's Wordle? It has one letter in it that isn't that common. One analysis makes it the 18th most used letter. But the people at Wordle do like to throw in curveballs, so today's having a less often used letter and a double letter on top of that is a smart way to throw you off. Especially on a Monday, when your brain might not be in gear. What letter does today's Wordle answer begin with? B. That's the letter I was just talking about. B. Yuck. I don't like to use B before go for if I can help it. Wordle March 31, 2025. The answer. I'm going to tell you, look away now if you don't want to know. Look away. The answer is, well, I'll put it in the next text box just to give you one last chance to avert your eyes. Booty. See, I told you it was a horrible one. Using the techniques I've talked about, I managed it in 3 today, and that felt like a good outcome. I don't think anyone in my family has attempted it yet, but I'm optimistic that might win it for me. How to solve Wordle answer March 31, 2025. I did it like this: raise/touch/booty. Raise, a word I normally use for go 1 despite Wordlebot saying there are better options, gave me no letters at all. So to get it in 3 was a good outcome, I think. I have a list of the most common letters, another part of my technique, and after my first go, I look at what I have and then start looking at the other letters. So I felt OU was possible because the other vowels had gone and T, 5th most used letter, C, 10th most used letter, and H, 14th most used, looked like an okay combination. In truth, I rushed and there will have been better options. But touch gave me O as the second letter, and also told me there was a T in there, but not in the letter 1 slot where I had guessed. With this info, and with all vowels apart from O now gone, I looked at what was left. T couldn't go first and was hard to fit at the end, I sensed, given the lack of vowels. I felt there might be a Y in there. Basically, after playing around with my list of more common letters, I only had 4 or 5 left after the first 2 goes. I had a short list of footy or booty for go 3. I felt footy was more of a UK word, and also B is marginally more often used than F, so went with booty. And voila! How many goes should it take to solve Wordle Clue March 31, 2025? Wordlebot says the average today so far is 4.1, meaning I've done pretty well, for a change. It said raise, my first guess, left 243 words in their dictionary, so a very bad start. The bot says 1.784 million other readers, at the time of writing, had played with a do the most common first guess at 7% of all readers. Audio, 5%, stare 4%, and raise and crane, both 3%, were the other most common words. The bot says the average for someone choosing raise was to get the answer in 3.395 goes. The best pick among the most commonly chosen words would have been slate at 3.099 goes, even though none of its letters are in the answer. The bot chose crane on go 1 and then clump on go 2. 8% of readers chose cloud, with 7% choosing other OU words like count, mount, and pound, each of which had a 7% share of readers. Touch, my choice, was at 6%. Now the bot tells me I had 6 words left as possible answers. Not that I saw 6 options. I could find only 2: lofty, motto, potty, dotty, lotto, and booty. Me choosing booty was, in the bot's view, a very lucky guess. Ouch. The bot, as it happens, also got the answer in 3 goes. I hope you had fun with today's game.